Hey all listeners, this is part 16 of the any percent cloud solo, cloud solo, or solo cloud, or only cloud, no encounters. Except of course I haven't made it like the official rules for it yet because I haven't made a playlist for this yet and stuff like that. But yeah. Last time we left off, we're at Temple of Ancients, and yeah, I actually did have access to the note, by the way, at this point, but yeah. Now there's a thing that's going to be rather difficult actually, since I should have actually tried from content after the date, by the way, so I could done that later. And really complex as well, yeah. So one is chest battle, you said that, and 3 is chest battle, 4 is Prince Scar, 5 is Ribbon, 6 is Old Man, 7 is Trumpet Shell, 8 is Mega Elixir, yeah. So we have material set up even here yet? No, we do not. So enemy skill, but yeah, and it's the same on both of the enemy skills. Elemental. Okay, so we Ice and Lightning, Ice. Lightning, take your store here. A triple E for it. And we Kuyata. No, I think that reduces our HP by too much. Let's go Shotgun here. For that setup so far. So we want to do the chest battles because I want to test how hard they are. So Tranquilizer first. So we pick Sadness. We'll say first here. I was actually very quick with starting the recording today actually. So that's yeah. The thing though that I'm worried about, do we have any Phoenix Downs? By the way, we do not because we sold everything. We might be needing Phoenix Downs though, because if I remember correctly right, like the chest battles can contain different encounters, I believe. It's not fixed, the chest battle and stuff like that. So what is it? It's number 1 that is the chest battle, so it's the what do you call it, X1 is a dead end and X2 is beam and wall. So X1, so that's 1 is a dead end. So that is currently set on 2 there, and 2 is a dead end. So we need to go back and with myself, go back in time, there because that's the first one, and that should be our chest battle. And we also need to get knocked off eventually, by the way, and stuff that I should actually see it where this is, because that makes me able to see it easier. Stuff that, and hopefully it won't fall down. It just would have happened a little bit up, and I think that would be better actually. So this is going to be a chest battle. And hopefully it's not the enemy I think it is. No, this enemy is completely okay here because, yeah, hold on. Tranquilize, yeah, we do have enough Tranquilize. Okay. Now, I could try and kill off the party members here, but it could be a bit risky here, so we're gonna allow them to get XP because their XP doesn't matter because you will never use them. They can Garrett and Tifa and stuff that, you know. But it's also because we actually need the bigger XP now for Claude and stuff that. So that's one chest battle. Then number 3 is now the chest battle. That should be what we got next. But the save rest, yeah, that's on number X. So we just go back now, proceed now. Usually we can go back and so we can always have that escape basically. And just do it from there and stuff that, you know. So we can just save here when necessary and stuff that, yeah. because eventually we will rest up here once we have enough MP and stuff like that. Now the worst thing, of course, if we get the encounter with the eye enemy, like the one that looks like a jelly. So that's when we need to do number 3 with myself. Speed up time, dash. Because number 2 is a dead end, so 3 is another chest battle. And then 4 is Princess Guard. Just wait a bit here. We eventually do need to get knocked off, by the way, so. And then 4 is Princess Guard and 5 is Ribbon. And we need to jump to 7 because otherwise it's the Chess Old Man. So this is another one here. Because if we encounter the eyes, these, they can actually one-shot us, I believe. I think I might be dead. And if I'm dead, this is just game over. Yes, because I have no way to rest here, so we're dead. I'm just gonna let them kill us. Yeah, we might have to skip this encounter then, if this is fixed. I will try this one more time to see if it's fixed or not. Because yeah, there's no way to survive these. Unless you get first turn and you kill them in 1 turn basically and stuff like that, so yeah. You don't need to do these chess battles, by the way, this is just for XP and stuff like that, but it's just interesting to see, okay, can we survive? Is there only 2 chess battles? Yes, there are only 2 chess battles we can get. Technically there's 3 chess battles, but the one is just guarding the chest basically. See, there's only 2 chess battles you can get. And stuff like that, yeah. We're gonna try it again, though, because, you know, now the question is Aqualung even powerful enough and stuff like that, though, to kill them and stuff like that, because, yeah. Go with myself, so you speed up time, and number 2 is the dead end, and number 3 is the chess battle, and then it's time to proceed. We can also get knocked off here, and if we quote-unquote get knocked off, we get to the encounter with the main problem is that encounter that is down there, it can either be 3 dragons, 2 dragons, or 1 dragon, I believe, that encounter. And if you're pincered by 2 dragons or 3 dragons, basically 2 on one side, 1 on one side, then you're completely fucked, because then they will almost deal like 1,000 damage from like, their physical attacks, even when you're under the effect of sadness and stuff like that, because yeah. Because if this is always the yellow enemy, then we're fucked. Okay, 2 yellows, but we could try and hope that they don't attack Claude here first. Or they do. Oh, they 6 always go for Claude for some reason. Is it because of his health value? Because see, the fact that they get 3 like turns immediately. So we do get an attack in with her, but of course, you know. Yeah, so we skip the chess battle then. We just have to skip the chess battle. Stuff that because we're not allowed to grind, obviously, so you know, yeah. I don't think that thing belongs to a specific element, though. I don't think there's any way to, like, quote-unquote, guard against it. I don't think there's any way to guard against it. And stuff like that, so we need to go to number 4. Myself. Speed up time, number 4. And we're done. And then we need to go to number 5, because that's the ribbon. There's Princess Guard. You can see here that Princess Guard is her quote-unquote ultimate weapon. You can see what it says, raises power when you need to protect others nearby, and that's affected by cover. And unlike other ultimate weapons, it's, so you can see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 7 slots, it's not 8 slots. Stuff that attack normal. I do remember it actually having 8 slots, so I don't know if that was changed later on at some point, but yeah. See now. Yeah, I'm always gonna do it from the other side there, by the way, so yeah. So 5 is Ribbon, and then 7 is Trumpet, 7, 8 is Mega Elixir, Then that's it. So 5. We need to go to 5. And I like how the number 4 is there, basically. Like that, how that's saying. So we don't need to save yet, because we only need to go to number 5 now. With myself, speed up time, proceed now. It's time to proceed. And after 5, it's not the 1 that's down, it's 7. And then 8. And then that's everything. This is ribbon, which means that gives us guard against every single status, protect or most statuses in the game. And you can see here it's Sleep, Poison, Sadness, Fury, Confusion, Silence. You can still get affected by Slow and Stop, Fog Small, Slow Numb, Petrify, Death Sentence, Berserk, Paralyzed, and Darkness. So yeah. Although, quote unquote, there is no enemy that can manipulate you. And stuff like that, but yeah. So yeah, proceed now. It's time to proceed. Oh. And then what, it's 7, and then 8. Yeah, 7 and 8. Move it myself, speed up time, there we go, 7, it's 8. And then it's just far down. You can go to the top and check like the demon door, but it won't open, of course. And this is where Trumpet Shell is. Trumpet Shell. Then it's 8, and that's the Mega Elixir. And then there's basically like right to move it myself. See now. And then you basically need to move backwards in time, basically after this like here. So triangle first, right? Move it myself. Speed up time. Oh. Yeah, you always want to do it from the other side, because then it's more easier to avoid a clock arm. Stuff that, you know. Mega Elixir. So 2 Mega Elixir and 2 regular Elixirs. Right, then we should actually activate no one counts, by the way. So proceed now, it's time to proceed. And then we set this to the down position here. Just with myself, go back in time. Do that. Rest up here first. And then on the back there, yeah. It's 1, it's enter, it's 7 at the exit, so it's, yeah. And then it's 1 from the exit, so if you're saying number 1, then you need to, like, if it exits from the top left, for example, then you need to look for where number 7 is. But if, for example, when it enters with number 1, you look without the number 1 in, so it's the 3rd door of the 2nd floor. If you go from left to right, basically, it's the 3rd door, basically, on the 2nd floor, where he always will come out on. So Tranquilizer here now, because now we have everything. The thing I'm worried about though is that we're going to need Phoenix Downs and stuff that, and I need to actually go and buy some and stuff that, you know, because yeah. Right. Workload is at the very bottom also as well, so yeah. Proceed now. It is time we may proceed. And then just this. Get knocked the hell off. Shibuski. A battle. We might not be able to do this because they can hit very hard, and do we get the really bad one, we get the pincer. Right, and they didn't attack their worst target there. They're not doing that much damage, but oh wow, yeah, she got critted. We might be dead here. I don't know, I don't remember how much health they have. We're dealing dead here with that, that's not good. Right, dead, pretty much, yeah. However, if we would have killed him there in one, then that could have been doable. But I forgot what they're weak to. They're immune to water, of course, but yeah, but I forgot what they're weak to. So that would mean that we will miss out on Nail Bat, which is actually really, really bad if that is the case. Because the question is like, are our stats even good enough to like quote-unquote defeat Demon Wall and stuff like that? Because there is at one point where, oh, you have to grind that, you know. But we're gonna go and get this now then. We're gonna go and try and get the use of Phoenix Downs because you are allowed to buy things in this place, of course, possibility. And it is a bit sad, of course, because yeah, you can survive that encounter, but you need to quote-unquote do the correct thing with Claude. And I forgot if it is that you use a certain summon or if they die from a single beta if they're immune to that. You could of course just change the game speed, you could like abuse it, you could config, set this to wait, set battle to speed to the absolute slowest and stuff like that, and then use hope. Certain things, but yeah, is this really the thing? Yeah, it is now. Because I mean, technically that's the starting location over there, by the way. And, that's the point. I'm thinking about things in a wrong way here. But that's the starting location. Why couldn't I figure out how to get there? Huh? I'm fucking dumb. Answer will probably surprise you because it's not going up there. We were on this side. We were like up here. Oh. I didn't climb this for some reason. I was fucking... I thought that led actually up to the other platform there and stuff like that, and then it would have had other line, but yeah. Can I buy something? Let's come back to the sounds here, so buy... You don't need to go overboard here with that. So rocket pounds. Scott is actually worth money actually. And then we can sell gem ring. It's a fairy ring. We can sell a white cape. Right? Yes. So now that ends up actually being positive then in money and stuff, but yeah. And the question is, do you kill them with Kiata otherwise? Do you kill them with a single use of Kiata? Do they die from that? They die from a single Kiata, because here's the thing, right? I can cure also with Claude, right? I can cure with him, yes. We just tranquilize them, yes, I think we do actually. Right, normally I don't want to let them survive and stuff that, but we might need to here and stuff that, so yeah. But I think the buying 20 Phoenix Sounds is correct here, because yeah. Let's do it so it becomes easier here. So set that to weight, set the battle speed used to medium here. Don't set it to the absolute slowest, set it used to medium so it's stuck to standard battle speed. I think that's the medium one. I kind of wish that they had a text there that showed mid or whatever, right? Or there was a way to just do the default option there and stuff that you set these to default, you know, and stuff that, you know. Except for like the window call, but set everything to default should be an option. Right, because I really want the nail bat. You can use Yoshiyuki otherwise instead of nail bat on the demon wall encounter, because on the demon wall we need a lot of damage, and the main problem is that demon wall has a very, very powerful attack even when you're tranquilized and stuff like that, which is why the fight against the things here are very important. So yeah, so proceed now. It's time to proceed. And here we can get the workload also for Tifam, but of course it doesn't matter. So we got knocked the hell off. Wow. This atmosphere, here it comes. Yes, so we could try and big guard here just immediately. I'm gonna try and big guard here first actually, and then we'll probably high poison Tifa. So big guard should last a while here actually. Okay, put her on. See if beta is what does it here. So that is 733. Okay, she's dead. Do we? I guess we bet again here and hope. Need to hope here. We just need to go all out here, honestly. We need to hope that. Yeah, that's the risky thing here. So we beta and then we immediately use limit break here, and then we need to cure, or we need to cure now. Yeah. Let's do that. But that was a better attempt. We saved right before going there, right? Please tell me that I was smart enough to save again, right? Right, yeah. So the config should already be set up here, yeah, good. But the fact that they don't die to a single one of those, I'm gonna actually redo this. Yata. Titan isn't gonna work obviously because they're flying, so we're still gonna keep Ifrit here, Ramu and Shiva. I think they could be weak to wind. Shiva, Ramu, Ifrit, Kyata. So how expensive is Kyata? Kyata is super expensive, right? The Kyata is 110. But we do have one Turbo Ether. But you see what's bad about it, of course, they would be able to survive more if they had better armor, of course, obviously, but you know. I don't know if Edincott gave you MP or not. I don't remember, but yeah. But I really want to do this battle. I really, really want to do it. Because we really want Nailbat. We can get Nailbat later, of course, but it won't be until Disc 2. And it will be after the Northern Crater, basically, so that once we trigger that. So she gets attacked, he gets attacked, she limits. It gives us some time when she does that, and I will go with Claude. And I'm going to try this again and see if I was quick enough this time. Yes, this time I was quick enough here. That Invisible Kyoto here. Just taking a city more damage there, and I don't have any way to heal her. The question is, could we otherwise Bagger's Claw here? Toss Molotovs, because unless they're immune to fire here, maybe they absorb fire. If that is the case, then this will heal them use, but it won't matter because we haven't done any damage to them anyway, hardly. Let's see, does this hit? It hit and it dealt a lot of damage. Meaning they cannot be immune to fire. So we turbo ether, we turbo ether Claude here. Might actually be dead. Yes. So that's him dead, so Claude can cure himself. White win here actually, and hope that we can. It's gonna be good. Yeah, this is not easy, by the way, because you saw there how much damage Kyoto dealt and stuff. That's now we armor here. Molotov here. I need to keep up with that thing, by the way, because the barrier could save us if it treats. So yeah, you're not immune to armor either. Yeah, the Molotov are dealing nice damage there actually, so Ifrit. Maybe Ifrit would have been enough actually here, maybe. We're almost out here, so I need to reapply Big Guard. But you can only reapply the Big Guard, the barrier value there once it runs out. Because it won't like go and just fill it up basically if it's not run out completely and stuff. That's yeah. So let's use up a healing wind here, just in case. Run out of Big Guard now for certain. We might need another turbo if I don't Claude here. We don't have another turbo ether. Right, we don't have another turbo ether on Claude, so we use this up on Mega OL and Elixir here. Another Molotov here. It's using some. Nice. Very good. That kind of meant that elixir was a waste there, but still, you know, so that's restore level up also. That gives us Kyoto. That's huge, by the way. We get the turbo ether back. Absolutely massive. Now we hyper them. I mean, we didn't technically need to do that, but still. So we got that back. Do we need high potions though? I feel like we're going to for a demon wall maybe. I'm not certain this is gonna be the setup. Maybe this is gonna be the setup here and stuff that, you know, maybe. Because Kyoto and Ifrit will obviously not work on the Red Dragon. But yeah, so now, into chest, we'll get Nail Bat. And Nail Bat, of course, is huge damage. It goes up 70, which is very good. And otherwise it's the same as the attack rating on the attack percentage Steel Shuki has and stuff like that. But yeah, but a Nail Bat has a 4% crit on it and stuff like that, which is a big deal, by the way. And stuff. So yes. So that was absolutely insane, by the way. That was insane. And this is how you get out here, basically, boom, where it will knock you out normally instead of this. So, yeah. So we can rest now first here. So we just rested up here. So that, yes. We're gonna check here first. Right, so I can actually do the setup here for the dragon here. So we use the firing, and then we're into the fire thing that you can do. Right, we put long range, we put luck plus, we put counter attack. Let's put steel there for now as well, because steel is just funny to use. Put an enemy skill here. Put death blow. And we need restore. Restore, obviously. We need Titan, Ramu. We don't need Defrit. We need Shiva. Shock mode could also work. Because Shock mode can stun, but Shock mode is more important in our battle. That's really set up for now, at least just. So now we use set battle speed fast and this to active. We just needed that for the dragon counter there. So that you might say that, oh, you can do that setup to also kill the. You do the setup to kill the other thing, and that's probably correct as well that you could do. This is a correct setup here because sets up just Shiva with 32, 40 and 46 with item. So that Kyoto of course we cannot use because Kyoto deals fire, fire, ice, lightning damage. So that, and it looks like it should hit earth damage, and I don't know if it was just coded wrong or whatever, or why it doesn't have earth damage on it. There's a tranquilizer here. And then we can I buy something? $60 options. And we can buy feathers. It's also 100. Man, that is really tempting though. Because I feel like, Demon Wall could end up being very, very difficult, by the way, and stuff that. Because you definitely need to have Big Guard up, and the thing is, Big Guard just lasts a very, very short while normally. And stuff that if you have the speed set on quickest. You can also abuse the low speed, by the way, when you're fighting like Emerald and Ruby Weapon and stuff that as well. And yeah. There's also a trick to Emerald Weapon technically if you're only using one character, for example, but then we would do to require Omni Slash, so that, and of course, not the same moves are not going to count once we have beaten the game and stuff that, and stuff that, but we would have to modify the rules a little bit for Emerald Weapon because we would need to grind up. We would need to grind up the thing, by the way, so yeah. So it's going to be on the third floor, the third door. Or on the second floor, the third door on the second floor. And I count them basically like on the first floor there's only 2 doors, for example, and stuff like that. So yeah. And number 1 is if he enters there and then he exits at the number 1, right? That's how I, figure things out, yeah. And Yoshiyuki might be more damaged than Ailbat in the encounter, but we will see. So first off, he starts there and immediately goes into that door. That means that he should be coming out of door number 3 there on the second floor there, the third floors. So yeah. And then you enter at the bottom right to exit at the yeah. You can jump at the end of the screen here. And then it's the third one here. Save first here, but this save is gonna automatically get teleported eventually and stuff like that. So what you do first, Now is we jump down to the final floor. Obviously we pick up Pork Glove here. And then we go to the very left door and they should put us up here. And then one thing you used to go here. And then you can use this. Now it's up here. Just to make things easier on ourselves. So that's a workflow. You also can sell, by the way. Workflow is right there. So. Yeah. And firing is just to nullify if the dragon uses fire on us. Damn, with the mirrors! And of course the door quote-unquote gets locked at this point, by the way. You sadly need to go to all of these takes if we happen to die on the red dragon. Looks like we're locked in. Splendid. And again, this is the guy from the Piping Midgard. See, I did 2 and all of. So basically, it's not a real separate wielding them. Massa new stuff that here. Because yeah, it's the ultimate destructive magic, Meteor. And Meteor was quote-unquote designed to counter Holy and stuff that. But I believe that Meteor is technically what they use to actually wipe out, but that's how they won, because the ancients had no chance to defeat the Genova from space, of course, and stuff that. So they had to call down Meteor directly on her fucking heads. I believe that that's how it was used, and it required several ancients to be able to use it and stuff that, because yeah. They use spirit energy, so when the planet is hurt, the size of the injury. Yeah. Threaten the very life of the planet, and that's the plan with the meteor. That meteor will use to be like it will be extremely hurt the planet, and then, of course, because the goal of meteor was not to strike Midgard, because it's so stupid, because from what Sephiroth says here, for example, of course, even though this is not a real Sephiroth, stuff that it was meant to strike directly on him, basically, and stuff that, because he would need to be at the moon, basically, to be able to absorb it, But maybe he could just move around in the live stream or whatever, and that's, even before he died, etc. Because, yeah. And I think that this is the reason why Ruby Dragon, or this dragon, aka we can call him Ruby Dragon instead of just Red Dragon and stuff that, Except because the Ruby Dragons in Final Fantasy VIII are much stronger and stuff there, because yeah. Yeah, got me at the start, maybe it finds small drifting planet with its magic. Haha, it's not me. It may be separate, like, haha, it's not. Yeah, and then we get the Red Dragon, aka Ruby Dragon. I'm gonna check if he's immune to fire. Because sometimes you can have stupid things when they're not immune to the thing that they should be immune to. Okay, it heals. So we cast Shiba, yo. Shibush. See, it's a wise that was to cast Big Guard and stuff that, yeah, Shiva didn't do that much damage. Of course, but we are under haste, of course, with this, which is good. But you saw there that he counted the breath attack there, for example. And stuff that, so that's a fire attack, so it's not a magical spell. Stuff that is why he counted, because you don't counter attack spells unless you use the counter magic. It is you counter spells. Yeah, two police here, maybe. Two police here, too. Curious will be attacking to that otherwise because he doesn't have that much. So let's fight on here. Yeah. This is just to test the damage and stuff that, like, I think that Big Guard was probably a waste and stuff that. But he could also quote-unquote one-shot us if he crits with his melee attack. Yeah, see small fucking damage numbers and then we'll fucking react on instead. Aqualung sitting on the park bench. That's 700 with Aqualung, yeah, you could just fucking waste him with Aqualung here. A potion. More like goodbye potion. Haha. Cross slash. I feel I'm counter-attacking every single time. It's actually pretty funny so far. Let's see how death blow just for fun. Oh, damage. Actually, let's heal in case he treats. That was smart. Might try potion twice here, actually. That potion again here. We're not counter-attacking his actual physical attack, it's pretty funny. Okay. Yeah, you can tell me all you want. Haha, now we. So let's get in Nyack along here. Oh, this is bad though. If he does this again, I'm dead now. I should have waited there, I should have waited and checked. Because I did die even from a... The only attack I survived here is yeah. The only attack I would have survived, they would have been the fire breath, yeah, but... I keep forgetting that he's very, very quick and stuff like that, you know. So bar summons are useless in much in that fight. Because here's the thing about the summons here, like even the powerful summons here. For example, that costs 32 of course, Shiva is pretty cheap, but 14 and 46 is just a waste. And then you check, for example, enemy skill, yeah, you use up 34. The Aqualung, but Aqualung just deals so much more damage, so we don't need Titan, we don't need Shiva, we don't need Ramu. We don't need them at all, so that gives us a little bit more HP as well. And yeah, that's a good bio there, just in case we could. We use Chokomog. There we go, Chokomog can still stun. Chocopalura. Let's do that setup instead. So one way go. This is a bit annoying of course, obviously, because you know, so Chokomog is cheap, right? Yeah, Chokomog is only 14, sometimes it costs stop, but you can actually Chokomog. You can Chokomog and then you, for example, can put added effect here. And then, for example, when you attack, that means that you will have the chance to stop when you attack. actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea, actually. We used to do this, we just switch this around basically and what's now here on attack here. Yeah, attack stop. You can have a chance to stop with attack. And stop is basically technically right that's technically what cross slash is doing, right, because it doesn't say that right on the limit break. Oh, it's paralyze. It's the effect that it's causing. Because paralyze is separate from stop. And this is jumping, bouncy. Right, and we need to re-see this scene again, damn it. So we wasted before with casting, because I mean, like, fucking Big God is fucking 56 MP and stuff that, which is bad, of course. And the thing that makes it harder is that I would have had no problem to heal there if we would have quote-unquote set the timer to wait, for example, because then it waits. Basically, the enemy 8B bar freezes as long as you're in the magic menu or in the item menu, I believe it is. Stuff that their quote-unquote bar won't fill up and stuff that. So if you're quick enough with going into the item menus, then you can use shield there and stuff like that, but yeah. But at least a bit annoying that you have to redo this every single time here and stuff like that, so yeah. Because yeah, normally slash you would only need specifically for emerald weapon and stuff like that. And here's the thing, like by defeating emerald weapon, you get master summon, you get master magic, you get master command, you get one of each of the masters. Stuff like that. Because there is no master purple material, there is no master like of the blue material either and stuff like that, yeah. And right, and separate being here actually trigger the guardian on the quote-unquote black material here, which is the red dragon and stuff like that, because yeah. And even though it's a clone of Sephiroth, he's quote-unquote not powerful, even though that Sephiroth, yes, he managed to quote-unquote take out, you know, the mid-class Holm and stuff that, he wouldn't have been able to take out this red dragon here and stuff that, you know. Even though that the Sephiroth that you can put into the game, for example, is quote-unquote immune to physical damage and he's kind of immune to magic as well and stuff that, there are a few things though that can still hurt him, whatever, because yeah. Haha, it's not dummy! Maybe we shall come on first. Okay, she's dead. Death blow. Keep in mind also, the more stars you get on Shulkamog, it kind of increases its chances for stopping, if I remember correctly, but yeah, we didn't stop there. I can do back along. I'm gonna end this here. Because as long as you have more than one party member alive here, then that's actually pretty good, because then we can use Aerith to heal Claude. Because then it's easier to sneak out that columns here. And then we can sneak out another one as well here. Crossslash first. It's not that much damage that she's adding here, but still, her little damage helps. And now she can actually do this, she can turbo with the Claude. Let's try Bio here for this. They go nice. I wanted to wait a bit between that. I could go to front row with her, but then there's probably a risk that he's gonna attack her. So let's do this here, Phoenix down here. Because I want to keep everyone alive, because we need as much. Okay. That wasn't so bad the second time around there. I kept one party member alive, so we don't get the lowest amount of XP we could for this fight here. He disappeared. And now we need to do the setup here for the next fight, right? And I think we will actually run with Dragon Amulet here, actually. Because it used half fire, ice cold, and I think like, and if I remember correctly, right, that if you put elemental and you would put fire, ice, and lightning, for example, then you can actually get yourself immunity to all those things. If I remember correctly, yeah, you want power is there. I think you in fact even want something like this. This setup you want this to have a shit ton of damage here. I think we did pick up the material here, but yeah. You are locked in, yeah, you have to do this first here. They've actually forced you to interact with this and get the thing here. Black material. Yeah, the music stopped. And in here you can because you have to solve puzzles, and it shrinks and it shrinks and it shrinks, and then you can eventually fit into the palm of your hand, but once you take it, the temple code crushes you. And inside this device, which gets smaller, each time you solve a puzzle, the model becomes smaller, you become smaller too, until it's small enough to fit into the palm of your hand. But then you know it crushes, you know. And the fact that they say that those separate could just have someone take it and stuff that, you know, and stuff that, you know. But I feel like here's the thing that even though separate clones, like getting all of those clones inside the temple would have been quote unquote hard and stuff that, so you know. And here is where we might need to save into another slot here. Because the only encounters you could get now is with the dragons, and you know how fighting the dragons goes. And we want to actually, I think we want to actually tranquilize up the entire party here, actually. sadness first. And then we do the equip first here, so we need Bahamut. I think Bahamut and Kuyata are worth using because I think they would do more damage. But we need luck. We need long range, we want counterattack. Might want some dexterity. We want at least shield. I think we want regular restore. Though the question is, would we want a death blow otherwise? Is the question. I think that should do it. Because I think that Kyoto could deal okay damage, but not super high. Or whatever it is, but yeah. But we'll see how this goes here. It's not 100% guaranteed that this setup is going to work here and stuff that we might need to do another setup and stuff that because yeah. And we did rest. But we did rest, yes. Because at this point, basically, you cannot quote-unquote go and quote-unquote fight somewhere else here, so you need to save into another slot here, because in case we need to grind, yeah, we would need to use the other file, basically, pretty much. Because now you cannot even fall down here and stuff that, so, So now it's Demon Wall. I don't think we're gonna be able to kill Demon Wall in this shot. And we have left the record, but then we'll start the next part, which is gonna be part 17 by the way, so. And I will just pause immediately when the timer runs out here. And stuff that, yeah, so we begin immediately with Bahamut here. He attacks Claude first, which is not ideal. So yeah. And again, we want to keep everyone alive here. And I said yes, it is a Claude solo challenge. Normally we kill off, but at this point we need levels for Claude because Claude needs to have a certain amount of HP to survive certain bosses basically. Stuff that. There are some setups that we're doing, for example. So yeah, so that it is 1500 or 1.5k damage, which of course is good. And we can Aqua on here. The healing wind here actually after getting hit by that. And I think Molotovs work. I'm not 100% certain how much Molotov does. Maybe Molotov is actually fixed damage, so it always takes good damage. Let's see how much does Aqualung deal. 152, which is not good. And Tifa is almost dead. So hopefully he stuns him. 1100. That's good. I posted there. Hopefully he doesn't run attack yet. He might be actually charging up Demon Wall. Because him acting like that. Oh. Just Demon Rush. High Potion. We don't have any turbo either, so right left. Nope, we don't. Approach on Claude. Approaching on her. If we get any extra turn here, or if he gets stunned at some point, we are gonna rest. Yeah, seems like we have time now. We don't have her with sadness though, which is a bit of an issue here, so do that and then she tranquilizes herself up here. She's dead.